My name is Kathy Blackburn, Blackburn Law Firm, lifeplanlaw.com, and I invited you all here. And Colleen is another lawyer with our firm, so she's helping us out here today. So let's talk a bit about payment sources for long-term care and go back through the same kind of levels of care. So care at home, having somebody help you at home. I spent about 30 years of my career representing catastrophically injured people. And when we were looking at economic damages, we actually got PhD economists to come in and testify about the value of services that are provided by family members and spouses. So I will not say that care by a spouse or a family member is free. It isn't. I mean, it is an enormous benefit that family members provide to people who need help. But if you actually ask for United States Department of Labor statistics of the value of that, I guarantee you'd be shocked at the value of that care that's provided by family. You can also pay privately for care to come in. Here's where long-term care insurance can help. Now, VA, the Veterans Administration, aid and attendance can help with this. How many of you are veterans? Awesome. So you want to pay special attention when I talk about VA aid and attendance, because veterans who were honorably discharged, served at least one day during a wartime, and have modest means, modest income, and modest assets can get a little over $2,000 a month in help from the VA, which can be the difference between being able to stay in your home or live in a nice assisted living facility or going to a nursing home. So that's a nice benefit. And then there are some limited Medicaid benefits at home. Now, this is where I said it's almost true that Medicaid only pays for nursing homes. A lot of the Medicaid lawyers, the elder law attorneys like me, we call these waiver benefits for Medicaid. You can get up to about $1,200 a month of Medicaid benefits to help in the home. However, one, you have to qualify for Medicaid. Two, there's a wait list for those services, and the state won't tell us how long it is. So people with greater needs get the benefits sooner than others. People with lesser needs will probably never be reached on the wait list. And it's run by managed care. So it's turned over to an insurance company who decides what you need. So if you figure you're going to get about $1,200 a month, remember $4,700 a month to get help in the home, you're not going to get much. So there are some limited Medicaid benefits. There's a special place for people on these waiver benefits. I don't have this in the slides, so if you care to remember this, write it down. People who have been in a nursing home for 60 days go to the top of the list. So this is going to be people who had something happen, like a broken hip, a stroke, a serious illness, who were in a nursing home for rehabilitation, have been there for 60 days, and have gotten well enough to go home. Those people can continue Medicaid benefits at home, but at that level I just told you. So it's still quite limited. Independent apartments at senior living, well, can you get help with that? Well, you can pay for it yourself. Long-term care insurance will pay under certain circumstances. VA aid and attendance will help with that. And then those limited Medicaid benefits are available there as well, but they only pay for the care component. They do not pay for the room and board component. I understand that a lot of the facilities in Sarasota will fudge that a bit and will give you a discount on your room and board for the Medicaid portion. In Pinellas, forget it. In Pinellas, they want their full room and board, and if they're giving you $400 a month of care, they want their $1,200. It's a business. So back to payment sources for long-term care. In assisted living, whether that is in an independent apartment, in a shared room, or in a private room, we have the same sources: private pay, long-term care insurance, aid and attendance, and limited Medicaid benefits. Those are the same sources for memory care. So the room and board portion for memory care is more expensive because those are monitored units. Sometimes they're locked units, so that people with memory difficulties won't or can't wander somewhere. Well, what about nursing home and what we call nursing home rehab? This is where a lot of confusion comes in. So Medicare will pay 100% of rehab for 20 days. And they will pay up to 100 days with a copay. The copay is currently $194.50 per day, or nearly $6,000 a month. Now, I don't include this in long-term care because it's not long-term care. This is rehabilitation. This is when you broke your hip and you need physical therapy. You had a diabetic incident and you need to get your blood sugars stabilized. You had a stroke and you're having rehab, but you're going to get better. One of the requirements for nursing home or for Medicare payment in a nursing home is that you're getting better. So when somebody plateaus and they're not going to get any better, Medicare is going to cut you off. It's only to get you better. And then they only pay for 20 days. If you have original Medicare and a supplement, the Medigap policy, the supplement policy will pay the copay. But here's the warning. Medicare Advantage, you know, the one that's so cheap and gives you some of your Part B back, and it's so great because you get a silver sneakers. No. Okay, full confession, I don't go to a gym at all. When I feel the urge to exercise, I lie down until it goes away. So forget about the silver sneakers thing. It's not going to attract me. But the Medicare Advantage plans are not going to pay that copay. So if you're on Medicare Advantage, you use up your 20 days, you still are getting better, you need rehab, $194.50 a day. So what about nursing home that is not rehab? So maybe you were in rehab and got to the point where you can't walk, can't transfer on your own, can't live independently. Now you have to have 24-hour assistance available to you. Now you're in long-term care. Now your benefit sources are private pay at almost $10,000 a month. Long-term care insurance will pay for that, and full Medicaid benefits. So here we are where most people who come to an elder law attorney like me for Medicaid planning are people in this situation. They've been in the hospital, they went to rehab, they didn't get well enough to go home, and now they have to stay in a nursing home. And they don't have $10,000 a month to pay for it. So now we have to transition them to Medicaid. Medicaid will pay 100% of this. It makes no sense to me that they will pay for that and won't pay for the lesser, less intensive areas, but I don't make the rules. So that nursing home care, both rehab without a supplement insurance. There are people who have Medicare Advantage plans because they simply can't afford to pay $200 or $250 a month for the supplement insurance. And so when they end up where they need to stay in a nursing home for rehab, they can't pay the $195 a day copay either. So we can help those people qualify for Medicaid so that Medicaid will pay the copay. Right? That's one of the situations where we're helping people qualify for Medicaid, and then people who can't go back home and must stay in a nursing home is another place where we help people qualify for Medicaid.